Another day, another pilot. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here to react to the pilot for Ramshackle. This is a donation reward for Venom, so thank you as always, Venom. And yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this, because I've seen that people have been reacting to this, but I don't really know anything about it. I don't know the aesthetic, I don't know the style, I don't know what it's about in any way, shape, or form. All I know about this is the title. That's literally it. I don't have even view counts or whatnot to go off of, so I don't even know how well this did. But the title Ramshackle, the word tends to refer to when something is like in kind of like this destroyed, disheveled state. Things are just like, really poorly off. And that doesn't tell me much of anything. That doesn't tell me what this is going to be like at all. And unfortunately, without knowing anything about this, I'm just kind of lost as to what the plot or anything is going to be about. But I like I said, I don't even know what people thought of this. I haven't seen, again, likes or view counts or anything. I haven't heard people mentioning whether or not they like this like they have with other pilots. But it's a thing that's out and it's been requested of me. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes then. Going in as completely blind as I pretty much possibly can. And I'm hoping that it ends up being more on the level of something like Has Been Hotel rather than something like Lackadaisy for me. Because I've made no secret that I'm not a fan of the Lackadaisy pilot. At least not that much. There were a couple things I enjoyed about it, but, So, yeah, like I said, without really much to go on, there's not really much to say here. It's kind of just up in the air, and so I think the best thing to do in this case would be to just get to it. Find out what this is about, judge it based on my own experience of watching, and just kind of go from there. So, yeah, in the meantime, I guess it'd be prudent to tell you about the other great stuff that we have on this channel. Between Monday and Friday every week, we have a plethora of great series reactions for you to check out. On Mondays, we also do YouTube reactions, which are pretty much just donation rewards from viewers and subscribers like yourself. Every Saturday and Sunday, we do movie reactions, though those are recorded earlier in the week. I do upload them on the weekends just so every day has something going for it. And we're also currently doing Spider-Man 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays on the PS5. That is our current Let's Play that we are going through, and I'm so far very much enjoying it. So a lot to look forward to there. But, all of that being said, thank you as always so much for tuning in. And for now, I will see you... Oh wait, hold on. Before that, I almost skipped a part. Let's get into this. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow a link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect, because yes, we do redirect all of our reactions on this channel. This is just to avoid YouTube's copyright shit, and to keep this channel running with no strikes and issues. Just a safety measure. But on the positive side, it does mean that every reaction you see will be in its entirety. You don't have to pay, no Patreon, no any kind of paywalls in any way, shape, or form in order to get the full reaction. You don't even have to sync anything up. Just go to the link below, watch the reaction, and when you come back, resume the redirect, because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode, or to the, in this case, pilot, and my general thoughts on it as well. So, all of that being said now, thank you once again so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Am I just hard to please? Because I didn't like this. And it's not like the idea was bad or anything. Like, the concept itself, like, I didn't have any issue with. The execution was so sloppy and felt like it was... I know it's a pilot, but it felt unfinished, even as a pilot. It felt like it really didn't have a lot put into it other than the concept. The story of this pilot is flimsy and honestly feels complete, if that makes any sense. It doesn't feel like there needs to be anything more to this, or even really could naturally be anything more to this. It doesn't feel like a pilot, let's put it that way. It feels like a just one-off animation. And that's it. It doesn't feel like this could be an entire series. On top of that, the voice acting was not the best. Compared to a lot of other pilots I've seen here on YouTube, the voice acting was just kind of like off. And it's not even just the performances, it's also how it was mixed. Like, a couple of the voices sounded almost distant, if that makes any sense. Like, I think the one character's name is Vinny, who I think is a girl, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Because I don't know if any of them used any pronouns for each other. But, like, their voice felt like it was distant. Like, it was, like, recorded from far away, if that makes any sense. I don't know how else to describe it. It felt like it was off compared to other performances. And then you also have the writing and everything and the humor of this, which is basically just a bunch of strung together random jokes that don't really seem to fit. Like, the entire speak with your manager thing, the Karen joke, why was that in there? That made no sense. That it didn't work in the context of what was happening. And it felt like a random joke just to insert a Karen joke. It didn't make sense within the context of the pilot or the specific scene or the character saying it or anything. It felt entirely random. On top of that, you also had, like, just kind of like a couple random references, like the live long and prosper at the end. It's like, why? That just felt entirely disconnected from everything. It felt like a needlessly random reference to Spock, right? That's a Spock quote. It's just like, why? The characters are so, like, just not characters. It's like they have, like, again, the bare basics there, but they have no actual depth to them at all. They're basically just three random ass, I guess you could just say homeless people who exist. Like, they have personalities, but they don't really have any character or depth to them. And they just feel really flat. The pilot also has, like, a very obvious eat the rich message, literally even saying it, which that you really didn't need to say it. But it's clearly like trying to show like these down on their luck people who are, living on the streets, living off of literal cans of beans, which I guess are some big thing there. Um, but it's also like kind of painting it as like they're being looked down on and mistreated and being put into that position by the rich, by the wealthy, who are doing stupid shit like baby pageants and whatnot. And it just feels like it's trying to send a message while not really being good at it in terms of the writing. The dialogue, kind of going along with the humor, is just random bullshit. And the ending twist that baby maggot was like a literal angel, a literal divine being, was just like, why? What was the point of that? It didn't really accomplish anything. It was just a random ass twist for the sake of a random ass twist. The only moment that could even slightly hint at that is the moment when Maggot eats the rich lady, but then that doesn't even make a lot of sense. It's like, oh, this is supposed to be this divine holy angel, and just with very little provocation, just violently eats a lady. Why? Why is that the joke they went for with that? Why is an angel the what they chose to make this baby actually turn out to be? It's like that just doesn't work. It doesn't make any lick of sense. And like I'll admit that one like kind of punkish song that played was really cool. Like that's my kind of music. I'll give it that. But otherwise the music throughout most of this was just pretty okay, just kind of generic okay sounding music, like nothing special. I'm also not 100% sure when this is supposed to take place. Like having the location be like this vague town of Ramshackle with no clue or sense of like scale on where it is, that's fine. A lot of shows and whatnot do stuff like that. But I don't even know like the time period this is supposed to be. If you told me this was the 80s, I would probably believe you. If you told me this was the 20s, I would believe you. The problem is there's not really any evidence one way or the other. There's not really anything that strongly tells you. Like you could say, oh, the aesthetic of it looks like it's probably like 1920s or something. It's like, sure, and that's why that was my guess. But there's no actual evidence of that outside of the style. Like, even with Lackadaisy, you could tell the time period that was supposed to be. Like, that was very clearly Prohibition era. That was obvious. But with this, it's just like, take your best guess, I guess. And I'm just, if I'm being completely honest here, a little disappointed. Because I feel like this could have been more. Again, the potential was there. It had the concept that was fairly good. And it just, in my opinion, didn't really do anything with it. And maybe I am just hard to please. Maybe it's just one of those cases where it takes a lot to impress me with one of these pilots. Because I didn't like Lackadaisy either. And I didn't like, uh, oh my gosh, I said the name in the pre-thoughts and now I can't think of it. Um, the robot one. You know what I'm talking about, right? The drones. Whatever that one was called. I think it was just called something drones. But yeah, that I didn't like that either. I didn't like the Hell of a Boss pilot. Maybe I'm just really picky when it comes to animation pilots. Maybe it's one of those cases where it really has to impress me and be something like excessively well made, like Has Been Hotel's pilot or um, Amazing Digital Circus. This just based on this pilot, I wouldn't watch a full series of this. Again, I don't even see how it could be a full series. It just was not that good to me. It just it felt like a lol, I'm so random kind of humor the entire time, and nothing really felt connected because of that. The story was weak and basic and needed a lot more depth added to it. I think if they had made this like a 30-minute pilot and added a lot more depth and character and, explanation for anything, I think that could have helped a lot. I think that would have really improved on things. Also, made it not so freaking random and actually, had a sense of connectivity with the humor. That would be kind of needed as well. Um, but this is just my opinion. I want to make that very clear. I'm allowed to not like things, just like you're allowed to not like things that I like. And I hope you understand that this is just subjective opinion, that I'm not trying to like force you to believe what I believe. If you love this pilot, that's great, and I'm really happy that it has an audience. But like I said, I don't even know what people think of this one because I haven't heard anyone say anything in regards to that. So, yeah. I mean, I guess you'll have to tell me in the comments below what you thoughts and what other people have been thinking about this because I have no clue. Um, but yeah, just to get into it as we do, there are a lot of other great shows that we react to on this channel. Monday through Friday, we react to a plethora of awesome stuff for you to check out. We also do YouTube reactions such as this on Mondays, which are pretty much just donation rewards from viewers and subscribers like yourself. On Saturdays and Sundays, I upload movie reactions, though those are recorded previously in the week. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. So look forward to more of that coming along in the future. All of that being said, though, like I said, tell me your thoughts down below. Tell me what other people, I guess, thought of this. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.